Preparing the vessel. This is so important. If you realize that energy is part of everything, and so to really be able to connect to the spirit world, we have to vibrate on the same energy as them. It takes a lot of energy to bring a message through to you. So when you understand this, then you realize that you have to prepare your vessel. The clearer the connection, the easier it is. The more that you listen to spirit, the more that you're able to understand spirit. The more that you work on symbols and improve your connection to your mind in the fact of what you know. For the brain will only kick in when it doesn't know something. And so if your vessel is clogged down with problems, fears, doubts, worries, and everything like that, or it doesn't know the messages that's coming through, then it can actually cause you not to be able to communicate, or to worry about communication, or to fear it. And so the true person that works on their vessel, works on their energy of the vessel, works on how they connect, works on what tools they use. You know, the more you do it, the more you learn how to do it. And if you prepare your vessel to start off with, it makes it a lot easier for the spirit will to give you signs. Signs all around you. Signs in messages when you meet people. Signs when you go to places. Signs in books that you open. Because you have no resistance or blocks to doing it. And so I cannot stress enough that working on your vessel is so important. So let's think. Your vessel is made up of 75% water. So if you're dehydrated, because when you work with spirit or you work with energy, you can use a lot of energy up just through using your connection. So it's very important. Stage 1, make sure that you're never dehydrated. Drink plenty of water. This also cleanses the negativity and so allows the flow of the body, which is then easier to connect. Okay, the next one is either create a place to start off with. In my early days, I used to have a place to connect. What that did was that sort of let go of all my human experience so that I could actually imagine myself in a place, and just the visualization alone would mean that I have let go of all my fears and worries. And then when if your place feels right, then you know that it's the right time to connect to spirit. So if I know that my water, because I always used to go to a lily pond and with the lilies, and people used to come and join me, and I used to know if that water is turbulent, then I've still got a lot of emotions to let go of. So creating a place to connect is an easy way to start off with, until eventually you can automatically do it, because you know to ground yourself, let go of the emotions, maybe meditate, and then you're in the state of being connected. Just imagine yourself flowing down the river is another way of just letting go. Doing something that you enjoy or will help you to connect as well. Aligning the mind, body, and spirit, or the mind, body, and soul by I am love, I am peace. Getting into the vibration, so looking at making sure that all your chakras are spinning right before you do your connection is very important. Because even though some of the chakras will be out of line, you can realign them just for that moment to connect. And then they often go back to their programmings and what they're trying to teach you to let go of, so that you can flow in who you are. So areas of the body, which is 7, the areas of the body I always work on to let go and to make sure it's flowing. So part of the vessel is to make sure that my energy system works. It means then that my senses are even more heightened because they have no resistance of blocks as well. That's another point. Open up all your senses in another good way. By preparing your vessel, the more you work on your senses, the more then you can hear, touch, taste, feel, sense, and knowing. And when you align all of those together into like the 7th sense, then you are actually channeling, or you're linking to the universe. And so that you can tap into any energy, any person, anything to get information through. So it all starts with the vessel, and that's why it's so important. So look out, because I have got some senses on how to open your senses. I've got creating your place on this mediumship course, but your vessel is so important. So regular meditation, regular connections to nature to clear your emotions, letting go of your emotions, regular. Just imagine them putting a pot at the side before you do any work, plenty of water. All these things will help you to flow and make it easier to connect. And then you just understand that anything that you don't know about, your brain will kick in. And so get back to just flowing down the river, to let go of your brain connecting. Working on the brain is very important, like with the symbols and stuff, because sometimes a picture says 1,000 words. So just a picture alone can tell you a whole story. So don't just think that if you're doing mediumship that it's all about hearing. It's all about using all the senses. If you can smell someone's perfume, if you can smell compost, and they were gardeners, this information it really shows the proof and really highlights the information that can really show the big picture to who they are and what the message is, because that's what it's all about. It's all about the message. So making sure your vessel is right before you do anything. I tend to find that I thought that I could actually connect better in the early days. And do you know why that was? I had no thoughts on how to do it. So then I didn't have any thoughts on how it should be done, which meant then I couldn't start to work out whether I was doing well or not. Because the thing that I always found was that it didn't matter what message I gave, because often spirit world would even add to the message or create a scenario for the people to experience. So just because you don't know what it is that the message you're giving, it's not always the case for you. You're just the middle person sharing the information. So making sure that your own insecurities, fears and emotions don't fit in. If you're talking to someone about a relationship and yet it's triggering stuff in you, that's why all readings is a two-way experience, because you're also learning in doing it. You'll be the teacher and the pupil. So you need to let go of all that before you actually do a reading, or you could start feeling stuff that's really yours and not theirs, and making judgments or presuming. And that's been one of my classic problems, is sometimes you presume. You might see a man and a woman behind, and you automatically think it's, mum and dad. And it could be just brother and sister. It could be, there's so many scenarios and so many situations. So wait until it feels right in the heart, and then you know that what you're getting. That's another one. Confirmation of the heart. When it feels right in the heart, you know then. When it's euphoric feeling, you've got the big picture. You've got the information to share. And so sometimes it's a bit of patience, but you really, the more in tune with your body, the more you learn about your connection, the more the vessel will be then brilliant for you to use and to connect to spirit world. And remember that spirit world, just because they've gone over, doesn't mean that they're all love and light and they are all connected. They're still emotional beings as well. So they might not know how to communicate with you. So the better your vessel, the easier it is to communicate with spirit world and to share the message, because it's all about the message.